now we still fight the fight. Scars on our stories, steel in our soul. Truth is the mission and we're back on patrol. From the deserts to the wire, we were forged under fire. Now we're lighting up the airwaves. Voices sharp as barbed razor blades. We're the tip of the spear, cutting through the noise. Standing side by side with the battle-hearted boys. Rage and hell, tell the truth, we got nothing to fear. This is tip of the spear, the Veterans Roundtable is here. Tales from the front line, raw and real. Not for the fame, no highlight reel. Brothers and sisters, boots still on. New war, same fight, just a different song. We're not chasing the fame, we're just calling the game. Got a mission, got a mic, and we're ready to strike. We're the tip of the spear, cutting through the noise. Standing side by side with the battle-hearted boys. Raising hell, tell the truth, we got nothing to fear. This is tip of the spear, the Veterans Roundtable is here. Chasing the front line, raw and real. Not for the fame, no highlight reel. Brothers and sisters, boots still on. New war, same fight, just a different song. We're not chasing the fame, we're just calling the game. Got a mission, got a mic, and we're ready to strike. We're the tip of the spear, cutting through the noise. Standing side by side with the battle-hearted boys. Raising hell, tell the truth, we got nothing to fear. This is tip of the spear, the Veterans Roundtable is here. This ain't a show, it's a war room. It's the sound of warriors taking back the narrative. One voice, one mission, we've earned this mic. Now listen, we're the tip of the spear, cutting through the lies with the strength of the fallen and fire in our eyes. From the barracks to the booth, we stand loud and clear. This is tip of the spear, the revolution is here. Right check, battle cry. We speak, they can't deny. This is our time, our year. Tip of the spear, we're here. Veterans Roundtable is here.
Welcome everybody to Tip of the Spear December edition. How is everybody doing? Gunny, let's start with you. How are you doing, sir?
Recovering from a sinus infection.
Vegas
gets me every year when we go out there for the air show conference. You know, the dry air mixed with the smoke, mixed with being stuck in a fart box for 5 hours cross country. You gotta love it.
Sometimes what happens doesn't stay there, huh?
Right. Yeah, so my doctor, he's like, doesn't this happen every year? I'm like, yeah, every single time. And then one of my teammates is like, isn't your wife a little suspicious that you come home and need antibiotics every time you're out there? I'm like, well, I mean, if it was a venereal disease, I could see, her being suspicious, but it's a sinus infection. I mean, come on.
I think
I'm
it's
sticking my nose where it's not supposed to be.
Saying they're trout fishing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Gene, how are you, sir?
I am better than I should be. I'm certain of it.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Mr. Tim Thomas, welcome back. How are you, sir?
Mate, g'day from down under. Great to be here.
Awesome. Mr. Matt Johnson, welcome back, sir. How are you?
Doing well. It's good to be back. Good to see all you guys. Some of you guys, nice to meet you for the first time. So
yeah, we'll have to introduce everybody to you because I know a lot of new faces here. So we'll have to introduce everybody. All right, Mr. Joe, how are you, sir?
I am 2 days into a vicious cold. I got my snot rag here, so just want to give you guys a heads up. I'm under the weather, but it is a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to meet everybody.
Awesome. And my boy, Theory, how are you, sir?
Doing fantastic. Making the kiddos some noodles for dinner.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So it's been a month since, well, actually, a little less than a month, right? I guess, since the last episode that we had. Pretty good conversation on that one. I think, Gunny, did you make that one or did you miss that one?
No, I missed it.
So yeah, it was a pretty good episode. We had a really good conversation going on. We got a lot of other people coming in a little bit. So Travis will be here, Rich will be here, a few other people hopefully will be joining as well. So what's been going on in the world of veterans? I know, Tim, you took a pretty good trip the other day, that you sent me some pictures of, and you told me not to share, so I haven't shared because it's not mine to share. So how many veterans were with you on this trip that you went out on?
Oh no, that was a group of men that I led on something called the Apex Odyssey. So in Australia, there is one place where you can swim with great white sharks, and they throw all the tuna blood in the water, and the sharks come in, and it to me, I like those kind of activities because it kind of unlocks your ancient DNA. Our ancestors had to deal with these kind of apex predators all the time, just getting food for their family. But our sort of modern world is so safe that we sort of create these unknown comfort zones. So I've just noticed that when we get in these spaces, it taps into something very ancient beyond words, right? And after we swam with the great whites, I took them to meet my Aboriginal family. My father worked with the Australian Aboriginals in the 70s and 80s. These guys forget nothing. So fortunately, my father, was a good guy. And so I'm welcomed whenever I go back there. And we spent some time on their land, hunting in their ways, capturing food in their ways, eating food that they'd prepared. And a lot of these guys were just they'd never actually spoken properly to a First Nation Australian. And when you're doing the right thing, when after the experience, they just have this massive, they have breakthroughs in business, breakthrough in personal relationships, tapping into new healthy habits. So this was a breathwork expedition, but it was using breath to create the state needed to be in that place. You know what I mean? Because if you get scared, you start shallow breathing. No, control your breath. If you're in a place that's foreign, strange, and all these crazy things are happening that you're not used to, control your breath. And we'd always do sunrise breath work where the ocean was, sunset breath work in the sand dunes. And so a lot of these guys had to travel 3,000, well, speaking in miles, 2,000 kilometers, 2,000 miles to travel, 20 inches from their head into their hearts. And the skills that they picked up, all this was learnt in the veteran space. So everything I showed these civilians, and they were business people, filmmakers, all these sorts of things, was learnt in the veteran space. And it's quite a proving ground, as you've probably experienced. If something doesn't work, a veteran will tell you straight away. But if it does work, it'll stand for itself. So I feel very blessed to have worked in the veteran space for a decade, got these tools that I know will freaking work. And then when I show them to, regular folk, it just drops into this very deep universal truth. And so that was November for me. And we obviously had on Australia, we call it Remembrance Day, the 11th of the 11th. I believe you guys call it Veterans Day. So that was a very, we in Australia, we have returned servicemen's leagues, which is like the Veteran Association little groups. And there's some that have bars and pokies. We just sell, badges and books to raise funds for veteran welfare events. And so, November was just huge for me. Led these group of men to these fun new experiences. And the last 2 weeks, I've just sort of been recovering myself. So it's been an amazing month, and I'm so glad to be here for the very last tip of the spear for 2025.
Awesome, man. Yeah, the pictures were.
You swim with the sharks to release your ancient DNA. I get a colonoscopy.
So wait, is that caged? Like you're caged when you swim with the sharks?
The paid part was caged, But then we went further west to where I normally go swimming, and we swam without a cage. Now, obviously, we weren't chumming the water then, but they were in water where they had to face the possibility that this is where great whites live. And so there's a bit of a process I take people through, and most people here know what it is to serve and have a risk involved. And the process I take these guys through is, as they're going towards the water, there's things that come up and stop them from wanting to get in there. Oh, I want to see another sunrise. Well, let's just give that up for a second. You know, working off the theory that fear are the things we're trying to hang on to. You know, like, I want to see another sunrise. That creates fear. But if I can give that up, then I can actually completely relax myself, because with great white sharks, they can see through you. If you're stressed and nervous, then you're potentially food, right? But if you can clear that inner space, it doesn't make you, you know, bulletproof or shark proof, but it gives you that state of calm where you can respond and not react. So I use that sort of ceremony of getting in shark infested waters to push to the surface everything that's creating fear in them, clear it, because for me, courage fails me when I'm swimming in those waters. I'm quite terrified of sharks. I grew up in the area, right?
I couldn't do it.
So, you'd be surprised. You can't do it until you actually do it, and then something clicks, you know, because your ancient DNA theory, the power of it didn't disappear. It's still in us. What we lack is the environment for it to come out. So I love leading, especially men, into these physical environments, and then they feel the physical shift, and then knowing, feeling, seeing is kind of believing.
Yeah.
How do great whites react to when I release ancient DNA into my wetsuit?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
I mean, is that an attractant? Does that deter them? I mean, where are we at with that, really?
Now, I like that, and it's funny because most people in this room think that if they bleed into the water, they'll attract sharks, right? Wrong. Sharks are only attracted to marine mammal blood. We're land mammals. They're not attracted to our blood. Not to say that you know, they couldn't get acclimatized to that taste, like sharks that live near abattoirs get used to eating, you know, animal blood, but we're not on their food list. If we're stressing and looking like food, they might come up and take what's called an investigatory bite, and you know, you'll die from bleeding out, but it's rare that you'll actually get eaten, because we're not, you know, part of
No
their
big
food
deal.
chain.
No
I
big deal.
thought he was going to say sharks
swim
are only
fast.
attracted to Marines, and I was like, well, I'm screwed.
No, they got like 5 ways they can kill you. So
Yeah.
Now, when you're doing this, are your guys scuba? Are you snorkeling, or how do you like work the breath work into being in the water?
Snorkeling, but then before we get into the breath work, if a fear comes up, then I'll get them to go, okay, where is it in your body? And then breathe into that part of your body. Because again, this is just Tim's theory, right? And this is just something that I've found in the veteran space is fear, emotions. It's usually stored somewhere in the physical body. And this is what psychologists don't realize, that words don't go down as deep as the trauma, and it's embodied. So people who really know their healing art forms know they have some sort of physical embodiment part. So when the fear of the shark drives a particular thing to the surface, someone says, oh, I'm scared about this, I'll ask, where do you feel it in your body? Oh, I feel it in my chest. All right, I want you to take conscious breathing into your chest, and once that clears, what's there for you? Oh, I'm really trying to hang on to the idea that, you know, you get underneath the belief system and into the body. And funnily enough, once you release it from your body, you no longer have a feedback loop, because what used to happen to me when I'd have a shitty thought in my head, it would go into, say, my shoulders would get tense. That would send more energy into my shitty thought, and my body and my mind would bounce back and forth between each other, you know, more tension, more shitty thoughts, until like I didn't know why I had to drink half a carton of grog before I spoke to my then wife, you know. And so I just use these environments to get the physical response, to then get mastery of it. So when they go from that space to say, their own lives, they can access that power of their breath as they're moving around in their world, and they're not subject to the tension in the body that they didn't know was there. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice.
Hey Tim, we got a question on TikTok over here. People are wanting to know if you and Breathwork in Bed is on TikTok.
Yeah, we're on TikTok. I think early this year we had a 1.5 million views on a particular video. It's funny what works and what doesn't. Those videos you think are completely stupid, and then they just blow up. You just don't know what works and what doesn't. Yeah. So if they look up Breathwork in Bed, I mean, if it'll be there. I'm not always posting, but it's there.
Yeah, usually the silly videos that you don't think are going to go viral. I got a buddy that owns a small farm not too far from me, and he's got an emu, a couple emus, a couple small cows, and some other things. Well, he was doing something, working on part of the building or something, and all of a sudden the camera goes and the emu staring him in his face, and he's telling the emu to go fuck off and doing all kinds of other stuff. That went viral overnight. He went from 33 followers to over 30,000 followers overnight. It's just like, holy cow. Here I am, been on TikTok for over 5 years, and I'm only at 3,000 followers. I'm like, Jesus.
Can
doing
you eat
something
it?
Wrong.
Can you eat an emu?
Well,
I don't know. You can eat the egg.
Just a funny thing. It's actually said emu, not emu. If you said emu, I'm like, what is that? An emo? Like one of those kids with the hair?
No, you can't eat those. I know that. Yeah. That's not allowed.
I mean, you probably could.
I mean, you could.
You don't wanna.
You would get very sick, I'm sure.
You probably would get very sick. Yeah. So they're asking what your TikTok handle is, because you got to
Breathwork in Bed. That should do it. 3 words. Breathwork in Bed. I don't know. You might need to put it under. I mean, I can put the link in the.
Well, they're on TikTok. They won't be able to see it. So I'll have to go to and share it out to her later. The one that's asking the question.
I mean, if you want, just for syntax, I'll just stick it in the group chat. That's easy. But to answer your question about eating emu, emu.
You got to forgive him. He's got a Central Kentucky education.
Dude, I got English and bad English. That's my range right there.
So you just had somebody download the app. She found you on TikTok and she's downloaded the app.
So bless you.
So that's a positive right there. We reached 1 veteran already. So of course she's the spouse. Husband is military. So boom, you reached a veteran today. So.
Yeah, close up the show. We're done.
Yeah,
we reached one.
Drop the mic for 2025. We're done. No, I'm so glad. And to answer your question, well, firstly, for the person that downloaded that app, it's not just breath work for sleep and getting out of bed. When I had my divorce, and I call her my then wife, not my ex-wife, because I stand for a positive future. I noticed as soon as I said ex-wife, all this negative energy would come in. So I call her then wife because that's my new sort of stand for our future together. And I didn't know why, but I had to drink before I even spoke to her. And I thought, wouldn't it be good to get a non-alcoholic option to connect with your spouse? So within the Breathwork in Bed app, there's actually couples breathwork. And it's as simple as, holding hands with your partner and connecting your breath with theirs. And when mammals connect their breath, it is so powerful. A very similar thing happens. Has anyone here done equine therapy?
Yes.
Yeah. Like you don't know it, but you get so connected with this fellow mammal that your breath is, and it's just like, oh man, like everything you're looking for becomes in that moment. So the person that downloaded the app, please explore the couples breathwork too. That's one way to get your partner into it. But circling back to Gene, you asked about the emus.
It was really a joke more than anything, brother. I'm not. I'm not going to go out and try to get me an emu drummy or anything. It's all good.
Well, where do
But
you
thank
think
you.
those big ass drummies come from at the Renaissance Fair?
Yeah,
It's
Those
definitely not a
turkey
damn
legs are-
turkey.
those ain't turkey legs; they're emu legs.
Emu.
Emu. Willis.
We've already lost one guy.
that
We
breath
didn't get to
thing.
introduce Matt, and he's like, "I'm out of here. This is off the rails."
I don't know if his internet dropped out or what, but he'll be back.
That
Maybe.
breath thing, though, I hear can also cause sinus infections. So you better be careful getting mouth to mouth. That can be rough.
Only in Vegas. Only in Vegas.
Only in Vegas. Yeah. You get that kissing disease. All right, so
That's called
veteran-
mono.
I know, laryngitis, mono, whatever you want to.
Manu?
Manu.
Manu.
Manu. It's not the
That's
man
how they
flu.
sat down under Manu.
It's not the man flu. It's yeah. Oh man. So what's been going on in the world of veterans globally?
But we gotta ask Joe what he's been up to. We skipped all over him. We skipped over Theory. Come on, Willis. We got
I
two
asked-
other guys that you need to ask how they've been. It's been a month.
I
Did you
did
forget how to
ask.
do the show?
I did ask. I asked
One job,
everybody.
Willis.
No, you didn't.
Here, you know what? You run the
You went from me to to Tim.
I'm
Matt
thinking my
said,
ball.
"See ya." You switched places with Joe. Come on now.
I'm really offended, Willis,
Why are you offended?
because you skipped me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
I'm joking.
See what you started, Gunny?
You got to have feelings in order to hurt them.
I know, right? Right. Let me stir in the pot. So we just recently had Joe on HomeFront SitRep, and I heard
Don't
his
say
story.
we. You. I wasn't here. I don't know Joe.
Listen, I'm gonna put you back in timeout, young man. So when he put himself in timeout, oh man, so we when I say we, HomeFront SitRep recently had Joe Urich on the show, This Sober Vet podcast, and I got to hear his story, and it's one of the stories that you always hear when veterans self-medicate with alcohol, and Joe can tell more of his story if he wants, but he's one that came out on the other side of his demons, right? Which do you want to go ahead and tell a little bit of your story, Joe?
I don't know if Joe can hear us.
Joe, can you hear us, Joe?
Hold up a thumb if you can hear us, Joe.
He might be typing in the comments.
Maybe in
If you
private.
can hear us,
chat.
hold a thumb up.
See what you started, Gunny.
I don't think Joe got the memo about this dress standard being hats.
Right.
He
Joe.
said that his sound dropped and he can't hear anyone.
Disconnect, reconnect.
I was gonna say, yeah, leave the live and then come back.
Have you tried rebooting?
Turn it off
Yeah,
and on
right.
again.
Off and on.
Okay.
Power down, power up.
Wife.
All right, Mr. Theory. So what's been going on in you since the last time? Oh God.
You guys hear me?
Since the last time you were on the show.
Last time I was on the show. Oh yeah, that's a bad echo.
Now we
That
got
could be
feedback.
coming from Joe's once he went from his headphones.
Oh, it
Yeah,
stopped.
is that
Okay, so yeah, it stopped.
Yeah. Joe, you got major echo, Joe. I know you can hear us now, but
still now?
nope, you're good now.
No, it's good.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Your mic is picking up your speakers a little bit.
Is it all right? I'll try these again. For some reason, I couldn't hear anything.
Sounds fine now. But yeah, since I've been on the show, I haven't really been doing too much, just working on the new album and it's coming along very, very nicely. Got a real big feature on the album, and I'm very excited to share it. It's going to be the lead single for the album, so I'm going to release that first. And I'm aiming for like a March or April release for that single. It'll be the first single for the album to tease the album and to start to kind of hype it up and promote it. I'm not going to disclose who the feature is, but I will say that they are on the biggest independent record label in the world that is owned by none other than Tech Nine.
Heck
So,
yeah.
It's one of his artists, and I'm very excited about that. We've been talking a lot, and there's a possibility of me even potentially touring with him next year, which will be nice. So, lot of big things in the works.
Heck yeah. So the last time you were on here, I don't know, were you signed already to Southbound Records the last time you were on? I can't remember.
Yeah, the last time I was on was Marine Corps birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. But that wasn't on the tip of the spear though. So I did not.
No.
I know we got a whole different audience here.
No, I think the last time I was on the tip of the spear was 2 months ago. I'm pretty sure it was after I got signed, because I got signed in late August. August 29th is when I signed my contract.
Nice.
So
No, I'm super proud of you, man. I mean, I know you've been struggling with everything that's gone on in your personal life, which we're not going to go into, but thank God everything worked out there. And then, you're still hustling and doing the music thing. And man, I can't be more proud to know you as an artist and also as a friend and brother. So I'm
Willis,
super happy, brother.
Do you have that sneak peek of Theory's new video?
I don't know if I do. I don't have it.
Is it the video I think you're gonna play?
Well, I don't have it on this one. Hold on. Hold on. I might have to do.
I just subbed up, Theory. I'm
Hey,
on
thank
now.
you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
You talking about this
Celebrate
sneak
the
peek?
250th birthday of the United States Marine Corps, baby. You would not understand. Okay. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
Be like a canary.
That was the first text message I got that day from him. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, I put on my knee-high Wolverine socks and some black shorts, and it was snowing outside. You could see the snow in the video, and I was shirtless, and I put on my USMC beanie, and I went out to my front porch and grabbed my Marine Corps flag, and I walked outside, and my wife was recording me, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "You wouldn't understand." And then I saw my neighbor next door, and he was filming me on his phone from his driveway. And I was like, "Yeah, you guys know what you moved into."
Oh no!
Represent, brother.
I don't feel bad at all. You know exactly. You saw the flag. You know exactly how unstable this household is.
All right, there's an echo somewhere. Where's the echo coming from?
It might think be come from Joe's stuff.
No, I got him muted at
He's
the
muted.
moment.
It might be my dishwasher, if I'm not gonna lie. It's like making a bunch of noise back there. I don't know. If
Oh
that's...
no, you're all right.
Is that what you call your daughter? I mean, come on. She was just back there was doing some stuff. That's my
Ouch.
dishwasher.
Ouch.
Boom, got it.
Dishwashers, 'cause
Killing me, brother.
she is in the dishwasher.
That was quick too. Points for quickness.
That was a good
Oh.
one. That was a good one.
Oh man! All right, Mr. Matt. Joe, we'll get back to you here in just a second. What's been going on with Matt Johnson and Triple Threat Vet podcast and everything that's going on with Same Flag, Same Oath.com, which Joe will be back. There's your shirt right there. Got it right there. Uncle Sam's wearing it.
There you go. Well, I mean, we're growing. We're on year 3, going into year 4 next year. Just keep trying to get as many guests as we can. You know, we've been fortunate in 2025. We got to talk to General Petraeus, Jason Redman, Vincent Vargas came on for another time. So we've had some pretty impactful people. We just had Dr. Elena Fong come on. She does a lot with TBI. She started the TB12 like the TBI clinic with Tom Brady up in Mass. So we've got a lot of people that can give a lot of good information to veterans, and we're just bringing on the average Joes too. So whatever story you have to tell, you can come on and tell it. We don't mind. We like telling everybody's stories. So just growing and trying to do what everybody else is doing here. And as far as Got Your Six goes, I mean, we just moved into the custom shirt game, just revamped the website. It looks more like a military website should look, in my opinion. So now when you go look at that thing, it's not just plain Jane anymore. So working through that and, just taking it day by day. But 2026, definitely going to be a growing year for sure. So yeah, just all the above, man.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you haven't caught Triple Threat Vets podcast, you need to go watch them. It's on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central, if I remember correctly.
7
p.m. Central.
Yeah.
So 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, go check out Triple Threat Vets podcast. Go follow them on YouTube and also anywhere else that you get your podcast at. And then also go to sameflagsameoath.com and check out the website and go order you some shirts. I know you got some you're doing a fundraiser right now, correct? With 3 different shirts.
That's what I was just going to say. What we say on our show every week, and when I tell everybody that listens to our show, hey, fuckers, we sell T-shirts. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift, we still got time. The mail still does run during Christmas, and we ship UPS and FedEx, but we have 3 different shirts for all 3 hosts. We got a Whiskey Stories, Mr. Phenomenal, and Wax Poetic. Each one of those shirts represents a veteran charity in the great state of Texas where I'm at. The Texas Veterans Athletic Association, the Project Zero Alliance, and Camp Hope, PTSD Foundation of America. So whichever shirt sells the most, the total dollar amount that we've sold in all of those shirts, 10% of that goes to whatever charity it is. Right now, Wick, Check, Wrighton, Al fucking Hero is winning because I think all his relatives, that's what they spend their Wick check on. So all you other guys that get government checks, you need to go check out the other 2 shirts and make sure the Whiskey Stories shirt wins. I'm just saying. But yeah, we're selling them through the end of the year. So we're just trying to make 2026 good for one of those veteran organizations out there. So if you're bored and you like Al Hero, get drunk and spend money, go buy some T-shirts. You know what I mean? Be a good time.
You mean my illegitimate father?
Yeah. Your illegitimate father. Your degenerate illiterate father, basically.
Yeah.
He's all right, man. He's doing good, man. But yeah, so we're still doing that. That contest will end at the end of the year, and then who knows, we'll come up with some other ways to do some things. And I don't know, if you're on here and you're taking a look, Got Your Six also partners with a whole bunch of people. We do a lot of co-branded stuff. We have a crayon shirt for the Marines out there. You're welcome. It's a HomeFront SitRep t-shirt. You go buy one of those. At the end of the year, we can get some money to a charity that's out there of that show's choice there, Mr. Willis. And then, if you want to support an up-and-coming future superstar Marine Corps veteran artist, we got at gotyoursix.com some theory t-shirts and some FTV shirts. So we have a little bit of everything out there for everybody. If you're looking to support something, what better than veterans and first responders and the whole nine. So we got all
Heck yeah. I think your mic either dropped out because it sounds like we're picking up off your other device and not the
probably.
mic. So,
Let's see.
just giving you a heads up.
And
All
Matt,
right, Miss-
there'll be more merch coming soon for designs and stuff. I'm going to be getting up with you soon, probably like February-ish. Just so you know.
Awesome. Yeah, I need to get back with Matt too and get HomeFront SitRep's store site set up as well. A lot of things have happened. So
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day there, Willis. We need to talk because I know you got a couple designs I need to get up there. I just switched back from the webcam that's way in front of me, which you probably can barely hear, but we'll get together this next week and get something up there. But yeah, anything you guys need, man, let us know. We're up and running, trying to get there. And we sell hats now. So I have the ability to make leather patch hats. If you guys are interested and you want a custom design, just go to sameflagsameoath.com and there is a custom design page where you can send us an email, tell us what you want, and we'll work it out with you.
Dude, you went from like coffee can to like Barry White voice. That
Yeah,
was
that's how I roll.
fantastic. That was fantastic, brother. I love it.
Thank you. Technology. If my internet would work right, then I'd have been Barry White the whole time. I just wanted to set you guys up for like, man, this guy sucks, and then finish strong. You know what I mean?
And hit
I
him
felt
with the
like
old
I was
razzle
holding a
dazzle.
Marine Corps flag in the backyard.
Hell yeah. So Joe, you didn't get to hear a while ago when I was trying to introduce you. So I was saying that we recently had you on HomeFront SitRep, and I got to meet you for the first time and get to hear your story. And I didn't want to go too much into your story because I'm going to let you do that. But what I was saying is that you, like most veterans, you went down that rabbit hole. You used alcohol for self-medication and other things as well, but you came out on the other side. So just wanted to give you, a leeway to talk about you and your podcast and why you do what you do.
I appreciate that. Can you guys hear me right? I had some technical difficulties earlier. Okay, cool. So yeah, Willis, again, thank you for letting me be on your podcast. That was really cool. And like you said, I'm an Army vet. I self-medicated with alcohol for years, like a lot of us do. Got to the point where I almost lost everything. My wife literally had to sit me down with an ultimatum. She threatened to leave me. We have 2 boys together, been married 16 years at the time. And yeah, she basically said it's either me or the alcohol. And I'm a child of divorce, and I told her when we first got married, we're never getting a divorce. So that day, I stopped drinking cold turkey, which I didn't find out till later how dangerous that is. Like you literally could die, especially with the amount of alcohol that I was drinking. So yeah, if you're a heavy alcoholic like I was, do not quit cold turkey. Seek medical aid. Wean off of it. Be safe in that sense. I got lucky though. I told her I would do it for 6 months. Uh, I'd never sugarcoat sobriety because it was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but it was also the most rewarding. At the end of the 6 month mark, I looked back on my life and realized that literally everything was better. My relationships, my health, my sleep, my money, just everything. The only thing I missed was all selfish. I missed the social aspect. I missed the buzz. I was in the process of parting with my ego, becoming sober. I felt naked. I felt like my armor was stripped from me. So I kind of had to rebuild my confidence. So then around the year mark, that's when, after going through all these wins and just lifing sober and realizing that I can life sober and I didn't need alcohol to be Joe Yurick. I didn't need alcohol to get through a bad day or to celebrate when something good happened. Once I started realizing these things, I got my confidence back. And then I challenged God. I started doing these Saturday morning ruck marches, kind of as a weekly celebration of sobriety, because a lot of people in the beginning, when they quit drinking, it's always, woe is me, damn, I can't drink. Like you have to switch the narrative. And if you view every week sober as a celebration, it kind of takes away the negative, like, damn, I can't do that anymore. I have to deal with my feelings. Where now I get to deal with my feelings. I get to be present with my family. So I got to a point where I kind of needed a new purpose. I was on one of these ruck marches. I challenged God. I was like, Lord, like, I think I'm on the path you want me to be on. Here I am, use me, like send me, like let me be a conduit for your word. He dropped his gem in my brain on this ruck march, this sober vet. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I never really listened to podcasts. I might have listened to like 1 or 2 Joe Rogan podcasts. So when that seed was planted, I was like, damn, that's a really good idea. So I came home on fire. I was talking to my wife about it, and she's way smarter than I am. So she's like, no offense, but you're just one vet that quit drinking. Like, who's going to listen to you? You need to link up with a therapist that has like credentials and could kind of be the science behind your experience. So I was like, yeah, it's a good point. So I had to do some soul searching. I had to find a vet who was also a therapist because I didn't want a civilian, because I needed someone who'd walk the walk and is a DD 214 alumni like the rest of us. So 2 months go by. I thought I had a big network. I'm a business owner. I own a franchise called J-Dog Junk Removal. And I reached out to my network, couldn't find any therapists that were also veterans. So finally, one morning before church, I'm scrolling through IG and I see my supply sergeant, Sergeant Thomas, post something about Evolve Therapy. And I'm like, oh crap, Sergeant Thomas is a therapist. So I DM'd her right away, asked her to give me a call. Now, we haven't spoken since I deployed for Iraqi freedom, enduring freedom. So it was like 20 plus years. She called me that afternoon. I told her what I wanted to do. She was like, I'm absolutely on board. So a year ago, November, we started started with This Sober Vet podcast. Episode 1 was me telling my story because I wanted to put myself out there if I expect my guests to do the same. And then episode 2 and moving forward, we have other veterans, all branches, all different types of addiction. Last month, we just wrapped up season 1 with episode 25. We actually had the chief branding officer from Grunt Style, Tim Jensen, on. That was a really cool episode. Our most recent episode was season 2, episode 2. That just aired last Monday. We release episodes of first and third Monday of every month. We're on all major podcast platforms. And again, we're just trying to be a ray of light for those still in the dark, because sobriety is so amazing. And normalizing sobriety with veterans is a conversation that I'd never heard. So with God's help, I figure I might as well bring that to the world. So thank you guys all for listening. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
No, I
Congratulations
love.
on sobriety too, man. I'm on that train. It'll be 2 years sober from alcohol for me, January 1st. So
Hell yeah, brother. Congrats, man. That's awesome.
yeah, thank you.
Very cool. If you want to share your story, I would love to have you on.
Yeah, we'll connect, and I'd love to. I'd be honored.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Whew. Yeah. So, and I love your story, Joe, and I love what you're doing now. You're trying to break that stigma of not talking about being sober and all of that. And it's just, I thank you for coming on and hanging out with us here on the Tip of the Spear. All right, so let's get into the y'all. You guys in private chat are friggin' driving me friggin' crazy. If you ain't, luckily our listeners and watchers can't read the private chat because the stuff that's going on in there. Oh my God. So I want to talk about something that is kind of in the forefront of here in America is the attacks on the so-called drug boats. I don't know if they are or not because I'm not there. I don't see them, but you know, everybody's up in arms about this. You know, well, we shouldn't do that. There's civilians on those boats, and I'm like, if they're on a so-called drug boat, then they're not civilians. They're part of the drug cartels and stuff like that. So, what do you guys think? Is it something that we should be focused on right now, or should we be focused elsewhere in the world? What do you guys think? Go with you, Gene.
So I think the very first thing we need to do is make sure that we're talking clearly about this, because what a lot of people are thinking is that we're shooting up fentanyl boats. That's not the case. That's not fentanyl coming through there. That's cocaine on those boats is what that is. And so making sure that if you're following along with it now, you know, the double tap situation, not a good look. I don't know. Again, like you said, Willis, I'm not there. I'm not going to try to second guess what's going on there with that situation. What I do know is I absolutely do trust the United States military. As the token civilian here, I trust the United States military, and I trust the soldiers, and I trust the people in charge. That's just flat out. And I do not believe them to be, and I get pissed off as a civilian when people paint them in any other light other than what they should be painted in my personal opinion. Are mistakes going to happen? Yep, that's going to happen. Unfortunately, it's part of it. But in the same breath, you know, as long as we're talking the real story on this stuff, I mean, here's a quick solution. You know, don't move drugs. Don't put them in a damn boat, and, you know, then there's no risk. But I don't know. I just wish it would stop the sensation, the BS media, you know, trying to sensationalize everything. I wish it would get things right for once, and at least talk truth. That would be good to know.
I mean, maritime drug interdiction has been happening for many, many, many years. You know, Willis probably don't remember, but we took part in maritime drug interdiction in Haiti in 1999. Why? Because the Coast Guard wasn't qualified to handle heavy weapon systems. So some of us had to get on the Dolphin or whatever and fly around the waters of Haiti and act as their security as they boarded the vessels and took down the bad guys. So just, you know, everybody has a friggin' camera now, and it wasn't like that in 99.
That's the problem is
and,
now.
and that's why it's more, prominent now. All the police, I can't say all, a lot of police agencies have body cams, right? And they have to release the footage within so long, and it's like, why? Let the investigation happen, then release the body cam footage. It shouldn't be an immediate thing, right? And it's that same thing as like a NASCAR reporter when oh boy friggin' blows his engine and comes off the track. They want that instant friggin' reaction from the person. Let them have their thoughts first before you stick a camera in their face. And of course, the media, being the media, they want to report on their thoughts and feelings instead of what is actually happening. And until we hold them accountable for what's they are reporting on and make it factual instead of their thoughts, that's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah, Gunny, I hear you talking about the culture of clickbait news, because it's not about giving news and information. Like, real information is super empowering, but information that's just there to get a reaction, to get a click. The way I put it is mainstream media there's an economic model around keeping people's nervous system dysregulated, because when they're dysregulated, they'll believe anything, and they're feeding, if you think of the idea like your mind's like a garden, whatever you water grows. And if you're feeding the threat response, that's going to fill up your head. And it really breaks my heart, and I have to sort of step back, because there's no longer so much physical threats to the civilian population anymore. Our forefathers did a pretty good job, right? But what there seems to be this threat of is having people's threat response getting hijacked by clickbait media. This is a threat. You need to treat it like a threat. You can't go to sleep without having this stress in your body. Because when people are stressed, they believe dumb shit. They want to listen to more dumb shit. They'll buy shit they don't need. And so for me personally, I've really had to go, you know what? That is not my battle. I have to give up trying to protect the headspaces, the psychic headspaces of all my fellow citizens, because for some reason I collapsed the physical safety with emotional safety. And it was quite a burden when I saw, media feeding all these disempowered thoughts to the country I love. But I'm like, that's not my battle. I just have to, lead with the sovereign nature, and not sort of feed into this, because there's been all sorts of crap happening in Australia the last week. You may or may not have heard about that. And there's been all sorts of people using that as a platform to dysregulate more nervous systems, right? Mm-hmm. And part of me wanted to get on there too, but I'm like, no, I don't want to feed into this field of negativity, because even if you're doing it for what you think is the right reasons, you're still feeding it. You're still kind of reacting to it. You're not bringing your sovereign power, sovereign presence. And I do believe that as warriors, our presence brings the peace. Our presence brings the sense of safety. And it's been something I've had to sort of fight, wanting to get on social media and go, this is wrong, this is the right thing to have. And I'm like, no, if I did that, I would just feed the field of dysregulation, if you know what I mean. So what I do in those situations, I'll just reach out to my inner circle, check in with them, break their isolation, have a chat myself, calm myself down, and then not let myself be swept up in this big, clickbait storm.
Yeah, it's like everybody now with social media and the mainstream media and everything that you have technology wise for all these forms of communication, it's given everybody a voice when not everybody. I shouldn't say not everybody deserves a voice, but the people who are promoting and who are spreading the misinformation are the ones who don't need to have that voice. Now, granted, freedom of speech, First Amendment, I understand that and I respect it and I'm all for it. But I think that comes with a certain responsibility that a lot of people forget, because freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence. And the problem with social media nowadays is that nobody knows what to believe anymore because everybody's just spewing out all this nonsense. And, you know, no matter what news station you turn on, it's biased. It's either right leaning or left leaning. You have some that are in the middle ish, I guess. But even that is, you know, still kind of biased to a certain degree. And so, you know, there's nothing that you can do now that doesn't get somebody and their panties in a bunch. And you know, I think it's a good thing, you know, stopping the influx of drugs, no matter what kind, any illegal substance. I think it's a good thing that we're stopping that. And I think that that's part of putting America first, right? It's a small portion of how we get that done, but it is a process of the bigger picture. And I think a lot of people forget that, and they get so caught up in that instant gratification where it's like, I need to know what's going on now. And that's it, you know, kind of what Gunny was saying with the NASCAR racer. You know, the guy gets out of his car before the race is even over, and they put a camera in his face. Like, how did you feel when your head gasket blew and you had to pull off to the side? It's like, all right, man, like, let me do my thing. So it's like this instant gratification. And I think that 1821 Productions made a good point with the predictive programming. If you've never seen, I'm not sure, I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but there was a documentary on Netflix. It was called Social Engineering. And that messed me up because I never looked at social media and the way we utilize our screens, no matter what they are, iPad, you know, tablet, phone, whatever, and how we utilize that, because the algorithms will feed into whatever it is that you're consistently looking at. So if you're consistently looking at stuff where it's pro-Trump and, you know, pro the, you know, bomb the Venezuelan boats and this and that, you know, you're going to get, your algorithm's going to flood your timeline with this, and that dopamine is going to register with, that's exactly what I'm seeing all the time, so that's what I support. But, you know, somebody who has a far leaning right, you know, algorithm isn't going to have, you know, AOC on their algorithm. They're going to have, you know, Trump and Vance and you know, all the guys in the Republican Party that are, you know, doing all that. And it's just a crazy reality with the technology. And I think that that's all kind of done purposely to break down the general population and kind of get us to think in a specific way, so that way we can all stay divided. And like a good example of that is a artist that I'm going to be working with here soon. He just got the chance he got a text message from Kid Rock. And that was like one of his idols growing up. Like, his music influenced him heavily. And, you know, Kid Rock is an icon with music. And as soon as he posted on his Facebook that he got a call from Kid Rock to come to the studio so they could, you know, work on some music, get to know each other, whatever, he was so excited, and he put it on his Facebook. And so many of people that were following him and were big fans of him were suddenly like, you support a bigot and a racist, and you're going to collaborate with Kid Rock and he spews hateful rhetoric and this and that. I'm unfollowing you, bro. You know, get effed. And like, it's like, why can't you separate that politics? And again, I think that's because of that, that, I guess, generational, you know, upbringing that we're having now with all this technology and you know, controlling what you see, and it's causing people to just fight for no reason. It's causing people to have such split views and attack each other and keep people divided, and it's just kind of messed up.
Well, and most of them people have never been punched in the face.
Right.
They're used to hiding behind this.
It's evidence.
That's a keyboard warrior. You know what I mean? That's what we call a keyboard warrior, you know, and unfortunately, you know, like I said, freedom of speech doesn't always mean freedom of consequence. You take, for example, the people who were celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination online and posting TikToks, you know, like this, and like, you know, mocking him and his family, and people were getting their employers called. They were being fired on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
So-
yeah, you can say what you want to say, sure, but you need to be careful what you say, because that the same people that are unfollowing my friend for following Kid Rock are the same people who are, you know, supporting a politician when there's a scandal going on, or, you know, in the music industry, it's like those same people that are unfollowing him for linking with Kid Rock are still listening to Drake when Drake was on stage with somebody that was underage and gave him a kiss on stage and was, you know, spewing about how attractive they were, knowing that they were underage. So it's like there's always something.
Social media is geared in such a way that to be successful with it, it is the worst possible description of the ends justify the means.
Yeah.
Okay. And that it's one of the reasons why I pulled my nonprofit, the True Patriot Outfitters. I pulled us off Facebook and Instagram. It was a time suck. It did nothing for the nonprofit or the mission. It did not move us forward. Didn't put a single butt in a kayak with it. Didn't get a single dime of funding for our nonprofit. So I kept myself on Facebook. That's it. So I can stay in contact with some folks. But I pulled the nonprofit completely off of it because it was pointless. Truth doesn't matter in the social media landscape, regardless of the platform. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And in most cases, it's not important to success in those landscapes. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I know there's good that can be done with it, but unfortunately, there's also way more bullshit that can happen with it. So yeah, we step back. I love Tim's, you know, response to that. You know, yeah, don't feed into it, because any mention or anything, even though you think you're doing it right, it's not helping. It's just feeding the monster.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that, like, you know, so many businesses, like especially small businesses, they rely on the social media because of how powerful it is to grow their brand. So, you know, when you have these you know, fake news posts that are always getting posted about like a celebrity just died, it's like you said, there's no truth anymore because nobody wants to do that research. You could post that, you know, this specific you could say tomorrow on your Facebook, like, Ryan Dorfeld theory, he died in a car accident, and somebody would believe that, and they'd repost it or share it and be like, oh my God, prayers and thoughts for his family, and not knowing that I'm very well alive. And you know, it's just,
and in the backyard.
Yeah.
Waving a flag.
Backyard with my flag.
So, Travis, welcome to the show. I know you had some things that was going on, but thank you for coming in, brother. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Good to be here tonight. All right, guys.
Yo, Travis.
So if you haven't seen recently, Travis was in Louisville, Kentucky.
I was sad that I didn't know.
I thought I told you.
You didn't tell me. Thanks for dropping the ball, Willis.
No. Actually, he did. It was actually on the tip of the spear, and you're like, oh yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, a couple of months ago, because it was the last tip of the spear.
I remember what happened 2 days ago. You need to remind me of these things.
It's the last tip of the spear that I was on. Travis talked about him coming to town and being part of a competition.
I very well may remember that part, but
You said, oh yeah, I'll go with Wilson. We'll come watch you.
I need to be reminded. I don't know the dates. Come on, guys.
I can't be trusted on my own accord.
Anyway,
so
Travis ratting him out in there. Yeah, Dad, you knew about that. You just didn't want to go.
You're all fired. All of you. Every single one of you.
Sadie dropping dimes on you, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to kick her out too. She's fired too.
Congrats, Travis.
Yes,
good stuff, bro.
By the way.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks. You know, a couple of things, if I may. You know, Willis. You know, one, it's kind of funny. You know, we had never met in person, David or I, and I'm like, he's not going to show up. It's snowing in Louisville, Kentucky. There's no way they're getting out. I got Marines I served with who were like, hey, I'm not driving Kentucky roads and during the snow and cold. And you know, I'm like, hey, I'm in the West Wing of this convention center. He's like, yeah, I'm already here. I'm like, okay, cool. And we go and do this thing. And it was a special moment for me. Just to give you some context, 4 years ago, I couldn't walk. I had ruptured my quadricep tendon. It was an old Marine Corps injury my surgeon believed came due, and I had to learn how to walk again, move again, much less compete again. And, here we are last Friday going for the gold. And, there's a lot of good stuff there, but also I'm like, I think this is what the really cool thing about this community and podcasting, the veterans podcasting, is all about. Like, I've never met David before. I didn't know he drove a nice truck. I just want to know if he knew where the Waffle House was. And
he knows where the Waffle House is.
Yeah, he
Of
do.
course he knows where the Waffle House is.
that bacon was good, David. That bacon,
Yes,
I'm
it
still
was.
tasting that bacon, brother. But how cool is it that, we're about 1,100 miles apart. We came together, and yeah, David, this was, do the mission, get the mission done, and fall back to the, to the landing pad. But how cool was it that in this community we had that bond, and he came and watched me, and it wasn't a pretty win, but it's a win nonetheless. And he got to experience that, and it just brought the whole Marine Corps veteran and veteran podcasting thing together. And I'm not sure that other people in different communities that would have done that. So there's a whole lot going on there. But that's the two things I took away from it is, people ask me, well, how'd you do it the last 4 years? I said, well, if I went up, the Reaper in San Diego and Camp Pendleton, I can get through PT. If I can get through Hawk School, I can get through this. It's just like we all did in boot camp. If we can just get to the next chow period, we'll be okay. And so there's that. But then there's also, when I started podcasting about 10 years ago, I'm coming up on 10 years. I'd show up to a group of podcasters to be the only veteran out of like 100, 120 people. And now there's more of us. And I think we're starting to hit our stride here. And this tip of the spear has been a consistent thing for months now. So it's not a fad, it's not going away, and we're growing and getting stronger. And so it just really all came together. And so, Brother Dave, thanks for coming. And, I'm glad you got to experience something, man. This is a special moment for me. Thank you.
Well, thank you for inviting me. One, and sorry, Theory, that I forgot to call you up. Next time I'll remember. I'll remember to call you up.
We'll give him a virtual assistant. What we'll do.
If I wouldn't get in trouble for giving you the finger, I would.
I did it for you. Don't worry about it.
But no, Travis, it was my honor to come there and video for you, because you didn't have anybody there that could video your reps while you were doing the weightlifting that you were doing, and then get to hang out with you afterwards and enjoy that friggin' bacon that was friggin' amazing at the Waffle House.
I got a question though. When you
Yes,
guys
sir.
walked in the Waffle House, did they go, Mr. Willis, your table is ready? I just got to know.
It has a reserve thing on it already.
Yeah, it's got his name engraved at the end of it.
Well,
Also-
I was in shock because they had a Shoney's just down the street, but I'm like, you know what? When I come back a little bit, we'll do Shoney's next time. But we're getting Waffle House now.
On the menu is probably the Willis waffle. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? I'm sure.
Also, was there a fight that started?
No, there
No, it
was
was
not
the middle of the
not a
day,
real
bro. It
Waffle
wasn't 2 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't 2 in the
Real
morning.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2 in the morning. When we got there, I think there was one other table in there. And Travis and I, we chose a spot that was right up, not on the bar top, but right next to the bar, so we could sit down and just spread out there. And
Oh, yeah.
there was one waitress and one cook working, so it was like, oh man. But I took him to a Waffle House that was better than the other Waffle House where there's shootings and stuff at. So I was like, oh, we got to go over here.
Oh,
We-
you didn't
we
give him a
traveled.
full experience, bro?
Those are the
Come on,
best
man.
ones.
You
Well,
didn't
we
give them
traveled
the
a li-
Louisville experience. Gee.
The best Waffle Houses are where they got the cook's got the joint in his ear and a fight starts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
between
one
the
I
wait
want
staff.
That's the one I want making my waffles.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
while
have-
they're
we'll have-
making a waffle, fighting about how it goes into the maker, you know?
Yeah.
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 That's my fare. That's my fare. That's my table.
Yeah.
Tim, do they have Waffle Houses in Australia? And do they do waffle and emu? Is that on the menu? No. Just checking.
Tim, you're muted. You're muted, Tim.
Yeah, one job. We had for Thanksgiving we had an emu stuffed with waffles.
Nice.
Not an emo, right?
No.
With molasses
I
or
got
syrup?
questions. If that's the
Oh man, that private chat, y'all are killing me. I don't even know. I could even put that last comment in regular chat if you. Oh my god. But no, so Travis, yeah, it was amazing to watch you compete, and then of course, I got to watch other competitors there as well. And here you are, you're 4 years removed from not being able to walk, and man, you're doing things that most people wouldn't even dream about doing. After having the surgery that you had, and here you are putting up over 200 pounds over your head, and it's just like, bro, you're killing it. And then for you to walk away with gold, dude, that right there is a testament in itself, brother.
Man, it really hit me on the plane ride home. Like, whoa, we're not, because it's kind of like you got to the next level of the video game, and after you beat the level of Mario or Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's like, here's the next one. So I'm really excited to see what's next, and there's a lot of lessons there, a lot of things about resilience, and believing in yourself and all that good stuff. And then again, it's just like, cool, I got to share it with another Marine, yay, and another podcaster, yay, another veteran podcaster. It was just bonus. It's like when you get the Christmas present, and there's like 4 boxes inside the big box, and each box gets better. I mean, it's just like when mom really went overboard to make sure you felt loved more than the other siblings. That's what it felt like. I just kept unwrapping presents, Dave, and it just got better all night.
Heck yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I just wish we had a little bit more time, to hang out.
Well, I'm
and stuff.
coming back out to Louisville because I did a show with a guy who made he founded, well, he didn't find, but he's the CEO of PDS Optical, and they make all the glasses for veterans at the VA. And I don't wear them as much as I should probably, but I have a pair of glasses made by his company. So he asked me to come back out there. When I come back out there, you'll be along with me for the ride, dude.
Heck yeah. Hopefully Gunny's not busy.
and me.
I mean, I was in Vegas and I was hoping to be there, but I didn't want to take the red eye home.
Dang, you were in Vegas
Thursday
and you
night.
knew about it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was in
Somebody
Vegas.
make sure to call Theory. Put it on your calendar now. Call Theory.
Yeah. We'll have to call Theory for sure.
If you come again to Louisville and do not tell me, I will cry.
You see, he turned that on you, Travis. He kind of flipped it that it was, on you now that he forgot about you.
On the podcast, I will cry in front of everybody, the whole world.
It's no different than being in Charlie Battery, where you got that one corporal or sergeant that needs a little extra care and attention.
It's just because they slipped through.
Yeah, thank you, Gunny. Thank you.
I did not slip through.
Oh hell.
And then, hey, I couldn't believe this. I was door dashing at the hotel. You can door dash livers and gizzards in Louisville to your house. I was
Welcome
like,
to Kentucky.
oh my God. I almost did
From
it.
Church's Chicken.
I got so many questions for Tim right now, but I'm not going to do it.
You gonna get some liver and gizzards from some emu from the DoorDash?
he's never gonna live it down.
Oh hell.
He's never going to come on my podcast if I keep opening my damn mouth. That's what's going to happen.
One thing I want to ask you, Tim, I mean, have you ever had to fight a kangaroo, or have you ever had to eat kangaroo? Because I'm watching that kangaroo get in a fight with that dude. I'm like, you Aussies roll differently than we do.
Let me tell you something about kangaroos. And right now in Australia, it's 11:11, and every day at 11:11, I just send a little message to my boy saying I'm thinking of him. So I just did that now. But to answer your question, kangaroos are they're pretty smart animals. They will headlock a dog and jump into a river and drown it. Yeah, so they're yeah, and their upper bodies if you've ever seen a kangaroo, it's pretty
jacked.
ripped.
What
It's
is
a
it?
jail body,
So
dude.
there's a
Alone
red
in
Rock
his
hard
prime.
up,
kangaroos
you know?
or whatever, those red ones that they always talk about, like they're different than like a regular kangaroo. It's like, I forget, it's like a red something kangaroo.
Red kangaroo.
And those things are like super dangerous apparently, and like very
Well,
confrontational.
look, when they're joeys, they're super friendly, right? We've raised a few, and like I said, I grew up with the Aboriginals in South Australia, so we grew up eating everything that hopped or crawled.
Love it.
And red kangaroo tastes a lot better than the grey kangaroo. Fun fact. So if you're going through the kangaroo tails in the supermarket, you always choose the red tails. Okay, and that's not a joke. The red ones taste a lot better. They're about $18 a kilo for kangaroo tail in the shop. That's no joke, right?
Oh my god!
And they taste
So you mean
better than lamb shank.
2.2 pounds is $18?
Yeah, 2.2 pounds is $18. I mean, that's $18 Australian, which is probably 50 cents American. You know.
It'd be worth the flight to Australia just to say I ate kangaroo.
Well, I used to eat it all the time because, like I said, I grew up eating this stuff, and then it got on this fancy MasterChef TV program, and kangaroo steaks went from $4 a kilo to $25 a kilo. I'm like, fuck you, MasterChef. You know?
What about all the other crazy animals that you guys got in Australia, man? All those like gigantic spider. What is the huntsman spiders?
Yeah, look, of the top 10 most poisonous snakes, we have like 8 in Australia.
Yeah, see, that's that right there. Swimming with sharks and all the crazy animals is I'm nervous to go. It's
I would
Australia.
be fine swimming with the shark. I just hate them.
So tell me about the crocodiles, because I'm watching this video. This Brit jumps into the water, and the Australians are like, Brit, get out of the water now. Oh no, mate, it's fine. It's fine. There's crocs in there, and they show this croc that's like 30 feet long.
Like,
is that
old
real?
man smacks the croc with his damn frying pan with his skillet because it's on the front steps.
Yeah. Crocs are really smart predators. So one thing you do in Australia in croc areas is you never go down to the water at the same place, because the croc will observe you and then position itself where you normally go. So it's a very evolved apex predator. All the ripples down its back, it's not just random ripples, it's there to make no turbulence. So it can be traveling under the water, but the surface has no disturbance. Normally when you see something under the water, yeah. So it's actually, that's like an evolved trait where it just looks like a still pond, but this 3-4 meter freight train's coming at you. One of my mates got bit on the arse by a croc, and
not at a Waffle House.
No.
You got way better stories.
Well, you know Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
Well, his right-hand man, Wes, was a good mate of mine, jiu-jitsu buddy. And one night when there was a big storm going through southeast Queensland, and when the storms happen, that gets the crocs really excited because they go into hunt mode. So when there's lots of lightning, they just get really excited. And my mate got bit on the arse just above the butt cheek. Okay, just above the butt cheek, and then at the base behind the knee, and he had those 2 points, his butt and his back of his knee, kind of squashed together. And the funny thing was, when I was having a near-death experience during a shark attack, I went to the conversation I had with him. And he said, because I was like, I'm about to drown from this shark sort of throwing me around, and it wasn't a big one, but it was enough to drown me. And I was doing this Google search in my brain, going, "Fuck, okay, sharks," and there was nothing there that was helpful in my brain about sharks because I was just scared of sharks. But then I went to the part of my brain that I was talking to Wes, because I did another search, so predatory animals. And then up came the conversation I had with my mate Wes in this hospital after his croc attack. And he said, Tim, it was funny. All my life I'd been terrified of crocs and wondering, there was a part of me wondering, what would it be like to be bitten by a croc? And it was kind of relaxing to know, actually, this is actually happening. This is what it's like. I finally had that question answered. And then out of that room, I take that. I'm like, thanks, Wes. And then I'm back in my body underwater. And I'm like, yeah, wow, it's actually happening. My whole life I've been scared of sharks, and now it's actually happening in real life. And it was strange how that it was. I think I needed that just to get sort of calm in that sort of situation. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I always wonder what it felt like to be blown up, and it took me twice to realize I didn't like it.
You know, you guys live in a space out there where you're not the top of the food chain. One of the things we get to enjoy here, for the most part in America, we are top of the food chain with the critters we have most of the time.
Yeah, depends on the state you live in, dude.
Yeah,
Montana or Alaska, that shit goes like south real quick.
That's
Hell,
true.
even Maine. There's more people that get killed by moose in Maine than any other thing.
Is that not Darwinism though?
Yeah.
Messing around with shit you shouldn't be messing around with. But it's like spiders, snakes, lightning, shark, everything in Australia, dude. You're way down the ladder there. Humans are like way down there in the list. That's why they're way, that survivalist thing is so much higher, I think, over their necessity.
And I've always wondered why, you can have a bunch of people die on the roads, and it might make page 3, someone getting bitten by a shark or an apex predator, and then it makes page 1. And I'm like, you said it before, Gene. We think as humans we're top of the food chain, and we rule it like a god. And it's created a disconnect. We've lost connection to nature because we think we're separate from it. So it's a complete challenge to the assumption we have that we're superior and disconnected from all of nature when nature goes, hey, guess what? You're not number one. So it's not just the attack, it's the challenge of this assumption we don't even know we've had. And, ultimately, I think a person's happiness, peace, and power is having a connection into that space. And when I go to these places where there are animals that could potentially do you harm, you actually have to work in with rules that are bigger than you. Be in awe of something that is that often we don't give respect, time, or attention to until we're at the behest of it. And that's the part where that ancient DNA, I believe, gets unlocked. The strength of our
for sure it gets unlocked when you come face to face with something like that.
Right into your pants.
That's like walking up on a grizzly bear or a black bear here in Kentucky. It's like, no.
What are you talking about, a grizzly bear in Kentucky? We ain't a damn grizzly bear in Kentucky.
Hey,
you hear this stuff?
You'll see it if you get between Willis and his bacon at Waffle House. That's a grizzly bear right there.
Willis is the apex predator at the Waffle House.
Oh, so you're the one instigating all the fights at the Waffle House.
That's right. That's right. Knocking people out of the way. I don't get it very often, but hey, Travis, that's where Travis wanted to go. That's where Travis was going. So that's all that matters.
I hadn't eaten since 8 o'clock that morning. I had a couple snacks in the afternoon, and I was hungry. And I'm like, you know what? Lead me. Take me there. Show us next time.
So, all right, let's go. Let's do. It is now 8:19. We're gonna probably end the show here shortly. We on HomeFront SitRep, this is our last live episode of the year. We're taking our break, spending time with the family over the holidays. I'm going to be taking a trip. Gunny's taking a trip. We're going to be kind of passing each other, kind of, sort of, going to the same area, but we're going to be passing each other. But what do you guys have going on for the rest of the year, for the holidays, and stuff of that nature? We'll start with Mr. Tim Thomas.
Oh, look, in Australia, it's just bloody hot, so we're staying out of the heat and staying away from the snakes.
Heck yeah. All right, Mr. Gene, what do you got going on for the rest of the year?
So a couple of recorded episodes going off on the Double S, but then we are going to do a Christmas deal here, and it's going to probably go off the rails. Let's see, what day is that? Actually, that's coming up, the 21st. This Sunday, we're doing a little Christmas special. It's no particular topics. I'm just going to start throwing out invites. So if you guys get hit in your Facebook Messenger with an invite to a StreamYard, just jump on in if you want, man. Just come on in there. We're just going to, like I said, we're going to talk Christmas and try to make some connection with some folks there. And yeah, and then after that, this coming year, we're probably going to do a little change. I have a feeling we're going to go to only a scheduled 2 shows a month as opposed to every week. This will be the first time in 5.5 years. I'm trying to make some space open for work that I've got going with the nonprofit, and so I need to kind of clear a little bit. We'll still do a bunch of recordings and still drop special episodes here and there at different times. But as far as, the recorded or the live shows on Sunday nights, it'll probably be twice a month is going to be our format that we move to. But we're just going to keep trying to keep positivity. And as you notice, I try to break things up with a little bit of humor here and there, and try to bring that light in, man. There's too much crap out there that gets in the negative space, so we try to break that up.
Heck yeah. No, I love it. And that's something with all the podcasts that are affiliated with the tip of the spear here is we try to keep those positive vibes out there and no negativity. And that's what I love about this little group that we have with all of these veteran podcasters and, our special guests and stuff like that. So definitely got to keep the positive vibes going. Mr. Matt Johnson, what do you guys got coming up on Triple Threat, and what are you guys doing for Christmas and stuff?
Well, I mean, we're live tomorrow. Don't ask me who our guest is. I don't know. Ty does all that. I show up, I ask questions, and we make it memorable. Ty's got a recorded episode coming out on Christmas Day. So we took a different approach this year just because we go live on Thursday. So we recorded a couple episodes for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then gearing up for 2024. So I will tell you guys, you guys were all talking about social media earlier. You're talking about how all this stuff goes down, and it's crazy. The fact that people have phones in front of them every day and they get all this information thrown at them, it's hard to process all that. So you could just do like I do. I don't read shit. I don't look at a comment. I don't look at anything that you write about me. If you do write about us and it's bad and someone else engages you, then we just got 2 more followers. Like, I don't give a shit. The reason we do what we do is to help people, right? And so I've had to kind of, some of some of the co-hosts that I have. Sometimes they like to have a little chat with people, and I got to tell them, like, it's just not worth it, right? So I would tell everybody that's out there, if you feel like you're doing it for the right reason, which we all are, then continue to do what you do. And if you worry about what somebody else is saying about what you've done, at that point, you need to relook at why you're doing what you're doing, right? So, like, Theory, your friend, tell him, don't even read that shit. Go do what he's going to do with Kid Rock, live his childhood dream, and live in that moment. Because if you worry about what other people are saying about what you're doing, that takes away from the mission you have going forward. And so that's what we're trying to portray going into 2026. I mean, talk to more people, help more veterans, tell more stories. That's what it's all about. But, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you guys have a great Christmas, but that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Don't read the comments. That's the overall arching thing, right? Because for every great comment you get, you could read 500 of them, and the one person that says that you suck, that's the only thing that you think about for the rest of the day. However, if you don't read the comments and you just continue to do what you're doing every day because you're truly trying to help people and don't worry about the white noise, then you're going to help a lot more people than not, because people can see in us our demeanor, attitude, and how we're feeling when those people may have wrote some stupid comment and you're just reacting to it, right? And that's the only reason those basement dwellers do that, is because they're going to get a reaction out of you. So, congratulations. You still live with your mom and dad. You're never going to make it out of the fucking basement. I appreciate you for writing the comment. That's one more comment we got that helps us gain more followers. We just appreciate the negative haters. Keep doing it. I love it. I'm not ever going to read it, but you can, do whatever you're going to do. So that's what we do.
Kyle Busch once said, haters are motivators, right? So whether they're making noise at you or they're cheering for you, you're still being recognized. When all that stuff stops,
yeah,
that's when you're irrelevant.
I mean, think about it. What do you tell your kids? The kid at school that's going to bully you and make fun of you, they do that shit because they want to be you.
I tell
Like,
them
they're
to
not
kick him in his
bullying you
dick and then
because
punch him in his face.
yeah, but they're not bullying you because you're the coolest kid in school or you're the whatever. They're trying to make you feel bad about what you're doing and who you are because in some form or fashion they want to do what you're doing or they want to be like you.
Yep.
That's why people make fun of you. And that's what I was going to say earlier. We've got all these things that are going on in the world. The only thing people fucking complain about are the bad things. You want to know why? Underlying there's shit that went down they don't want you to know about on the other side. So if we continue to throw this shit out we know people are going to react to, you're going to get those reactions. So for us, what we try to do is just stay away from that noise. Like, write whatever you want. I don't even care. I think they look at it. I don't look at it. I promise you. I don't return text messages. So, I mean, we just got to keep pushing forward,
Not even about Waffle House meetups either.
Fuck no, dude.
Yeah, I've learned that I have to call.
I wait for that W in the sky like the bat signal, and then I'm going to the Waffle House. You know what I mean?
That means Willis. It doesn't mean Waffle House.
I thought that was Whataburger.
That's where the rally point is, dude.
That's right.
Well, if it's an orange W, we're going to Whataburger. If it's a yellow W, then
We're going to Waffle House.
Yeah.
All right, go back to Tim because he said he didn't understand the question properly.
Thank you, Willis. And I just want to take a minute to acknowledge yourself for holding the space for all of us this year. And yourself, Gunny. It's always good to have a bit of Gunny power in your corner. But Willis, I think, an acknowledgement to you wouldn't be out of place right now for what you've created with Tip of the Spear. And I'm sure I speak for all of us. We are so grateful for your consistency, your turning up, your gentle but powerful demeanor, and all the people listening, I'm sure, would be giving this shared collective thought a thumbs up.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Theory, what do you got going on for the rest of the year, my friend?
Well, this is actually the first year in 7 years. Yeah, 7 years that we are not going to go back home where I'm from to Chicago for Christmas. We usually go and see my family. It's not that long of a drive.
Yes, it
It's
is.
5.5 hours.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Did you in the military? No.
No.
Well, we gotta have her back on.
Right?
Yeah,
We gotta have her
back.
back on, guys.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. I love when she comes on.
Yeah, she's great. So
Yeah, she's great.
she's my mini me, I swear.
Nice.
But yeah, so we're not going to Chicago this year. It's just, like Willis was saying at the beginning of the show, it was just a really, really rough year for us, with my wife's brain surgeries and all the recovery from that. And, she's just, we didn't want to travel and add, the stress of the holidays. We already got enough stress trying to get everybody gifts, for the girls and for each other and plan everything. And so we decided to go get a new pre-lit Christmas tree and decorate the house. And we're going to do our first Christmas in Louisville here this year. So that's going to be nice. And other than that,
Our elf
really-
farted on the toilet.
yes. Today our elf pooped on the toilet seat.
Nice.
Sadie felt that was a necessary
It's all
input.
good. Those are chocolate beads. You have at it.
Oh no, it was muddy.
Yeah, but the elf, he ate probably some bad barbecue and it came out that way, but it's still chocolate. It's
He
cool.
ate at the Waffle House with
I
Travis.
did not see that coming, but
You
that
bastard.
was worth the price of admission.
But yeah, other than that, just I'm going to be doing a lot with prepping for the rest of this album. I'm almost done with it. I'm very, very excited. It's coming along very, very, very nicely. By far the best work, and it's a very special project because not only is it a sequel album for my Me Against the World project that came out in 2022, but this is also going to be the first project that I will own 100% and also co-produce 100% of the instrumentals exclusively with a friend of mine here in Lexington, Kentucky. So I don't have any leases or any other producers that I got to pay for publishing or, streaming royalties or anything. It's whatever percentage that, my buddy and I agreed on for his work. And I'm co-producing the album as well. So it's a very special project. I'm putting a lot of work into it. The writing is elevated. I'm sensing and I'm feeling just the improvement for me as an artist, for the quality of the work, the sound, and the type of people that I'm working with. So I'm just really excited about it, and that's going to be what I'm focusing on. 2026 is going to be a big year, so you guys strap in, because I got a lot of big things coming.
Heck yeah, brother.
Does that include
Super
front row tickets just for being part of the crew, or what? I'm just asking for a friend.
Absolutely.
Backstage passes.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Matt, let Al know that I got him. All right.
You got him. Fuck Al Hero, dude. He's not here. What are you talking about?
Let Al know.
Al, dude.
Al.
He's probably watching right now and giving me the finger, but whatever.
No, yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, in 2026, there's a good possibility that I'm going to be touring with one of the artists that I have a feature with on my album. He's from Strange Music, Tech Nine's label, and we linked up just kind of on a chance, and it was a random thing. Real short story. So a friend of mine tagged me in that post. That he was, I guess him and his wife had just moved to Nashville like 6 months ago. And that's like 3.5 hours away from me. And so she tagged me in his post saying that he was going to be in the studio for the next week until he has to leave and take care of some stuff out of town. And so I decided to just DM him and be like, hey man, I'm interested in doing a song. And he was like, send it to this email. And I was like, oh God, he got back to me. So I rushed out to the studio, extended one of the songs from the album that didn't, technically it wasn't supposed to have a third verse on it, but I extended the beat, made it a third verse, emailed it to him. 15 minutes later, I get a random FaceTime video call from a random number. And I was like, usually if I get a video call from somebody on FaceTime, it's like from a contact, so I was like, who the hell? And I almost didn't answer it. And I'm glad I did, because I picked up and it was him. And I was like, hey dude, how did you get my number? And he was like, it was attached to your business profile on your Instagram. And I was like, I should probably change that. Like, definitely not cool, but I was so happy that it was on there at that point in time. So it's a very exciting time, and I'm just really excited for all you guys to hear everything. So definitely if I go on tour next year, because it's most likely going to happen, I will definitely let you know when I'm in the area, and you guys will all, wherever you're at, if I'm there, you guys will all have some hookups for it. So I'd love to have you all.
Car, will drive. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Travis, what do you got for the rest of the year, my brother?
So just I got a Christmas episode I'm putting out on Christmas as well, pre-recorded, and then when the new year starts, it's part of our countdown to number 500, 10 years of doing Oscar Mike Radio. Really exciting time for me, and I get asked, is it still, you still like doing it? I'm like, yeah, it never gets old. Interactions and situations like we had last Friday make it all worth it. And, I'm reminded again that every veteran has value, every person has value, right? And, we're all keeping that alive. And, just to get sentimental for a second, I really wish we could time travel back to the 1918, 17, 1919 and talk to some of those World War I guys, what they actually went through. I would have loved to have talked to a couple of them, because they thought that when they came back home, there would be no more war. Right. And surprise, surprise, we're still trying to, erase each other. We haven't learned anything. But that being said, I'm really, holidays are tough for me for a lot of different reasons. But this year, with some stuff going on and the people I've got here, it's all good, man. I think there's this real powerful thing that I'm embracing called gratitude. And I'm just happy to be with you all, and happy that you're all succeeding where you all are. And I can't wait to see you guys crush 2026.
Heck yeah. Gunny, what are you doing for the rest of the year?
Well, you and I have 4 pre-recorded episodes coming up. So Willis and I did a quarterly recap. So first quarter will be next Sunday's or this coming Sunday's episode, and then next Monday will be quarter 2, and so on and so forth. So we kind of revisited who we had over each quarter and talked about a little bit of each episode, and a little hilarity ensued because I was down in the dungeon with him for 3 of the episodes. And his camera loves me more than it does him because it kept drawing over and focusing on me. So there's a lot of things that went on in the dungeon there with Willis's camera and myself. I don't know what the hell that thing was, but no, no. And then after that, we're not back. I think the 5th, January 5 will be our first episode of next year, and Willis is coming up on 3 years doing this. So and it's coming into year 2 for me as his guest co-host / co-host. But other than that, I'm taking the family south for a few days. We leave Friday. We get back Christmas Eve, going down and enjoying hopefully a little bit of sun in LA. That's Lower Alabama. So yeah, it should be good.
Awesome. Yeah. So it like Gunny says, we got some pre-recorded episodes coming up, and then I'm taking my family down south. We're going to Lower Alabama as well. But we're leaving, I think, on the 26th or 27th, and we'll be down there for about a week. So super excited about that. That's our new tradition for every New Year's. We go down south to Florida. Might be able to get to see Al Hero as well while I'm down there, because last time I went, I got to meet up with Al and go have dinner with him, break bread down there. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to him, telling him I'm heading down that way. Next year for HomeFront SitRep, it's going to be a big year for us, I think. We got nominated. A few of our podcasts got nominated for an award through the American Freedom Fund. Wish Rich was here because we could congratulate him. He actually won the award this year for Podcast of the Year. Super excited for Rich and the MisFitNation and everything that they got going on. Next year for the American Freedom Fund Gala, we're going to be nominated again, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But I know I'm going to nominate Travis with Oscar Mike Radio, Triple Threat Vets podcast as well, and a few other podcasts in that category. For one, it's near and dear to me because I suggested American Freedom Fund, Liv Stecker, who is the president and CEO, and then Don Bramer, who's on the board of governors right now. Don is a Kentucky native, a real good friend of mine. And I said, hey, y'all need to do Veteran Podcast of the Year as an award. And they both agreed, and they added that this year. So I'm super excited that they added that. So hopefully next year we'll be nominated, but the plan is to be in DC for the gala next year, because I think Rich is going to be the MC to hand out the second award of Podcast of the Year. So if
I'll
you're
be in Vegas.
Yeah, you'll be in Vegas.
Week, same week every year.
So
getting a sinus infection.
No, you got me.
With this
You beat me to it.
So that's, and then we're having 2 new segments on HomeFront SitRep. One is going to be Gunny's Words of Wisdom, which we'll get one of those, but when we end the show here in just a minute. And then we're also going to do Veteran Joke of the Day. So if you're out there and you like telling jokes, email us a video up to about a minute long of you telling a joke. And you got to keep it PC because of Reese Across America Radio and everything. So email it to homefrontsitrep@gmail.com. And that way we can do that. And Gunny and I will go through them and see which one we like. And that'll be the one for that day for each episode that we have. So 2 new segments coming. So Gunny's Words of Wisdom, Veteran Joke of the Day. So if you're out there, email, if you have words of wisdom, email them to HomeFront SitRep as well. Same thing with your 1 minute long video of you telling a joke. It don't have to be a minute, but not longer than a minute. So, but yeah, so super excited, and I'm thankful for all of you guys, everybody that's within the Tip of the Spear realm that comes on. Like Matt hasn't been on in several months, and some new guys are come, some new guys have gone. So I just want to thank all of you guys, and that was the whole premise of Tip of the Spear is, if you can't make it, like Tab, she's at the hospital, so we're going to say prayers to her child right now. They're at the hospital, so prayers to Miss Tab. And Carol Lee, she's not here, but I think her husband was working in the studio, so she couldn't come on. But that's the good thing about Tip of the Spear is if you can't make it, somebody's going to take your place. So if you are a veteran podcaster out there and you're catching this now or later and you want to be involved with Tip of the Spear, email me at homefrontsitrep@gmail.com, and we'll get you linked into the chat group, and we'll get you involved in Tip of the Spear. So, but it is about that time of night. So we're going to go ahead, Gene.
Before Gunny's words of wisdom, I just wanted to personally thank each and every one of you. Willis, for setting this up. I'm the token civilian over here that I operate a nonprofit in the veteran support space. We've had the podcast there, but every day I am so very thankful to each one of you and your families. And I try to pass that message on. I take it as a responsibility to try to live up to that, being a citizen worth fighting for. And it's where we got our name. Our name was given to us by a combat vet of the True Patriot Outfitters, and we carry that forward. But I just wanted to thank you guys so very much for allowing me to come in this space here, hang out with you guys, and crack some jokes and share some information. Thank you very, very much. Merry Christmas to every last one of you guys.
Merry Christmas
as well, Gene.
Merry Christmas. All right, so we're going to do like we normally do. Gene already has went, so we're going to start off with Mr. Tim Thomas. In the words, brother, you know how we always do at the end of the show, words of wisdom, what you say to people.
Can I get a second run at this one just so I can get myself ready?
Yeah. All right, Gunny, let's go with you.
Bit of a time delay from Australia. Just put it down to that.
Yeah, you still have worth. You still have value. Don't let the dark days win. Every time you get knocked down, it's not a failure. It's an opportunity to learn. So learn from it, drive forward. And my words of wisdom for today, I said it last night. I'm going to say it again. Gents, you'll understand. When in the bathroom, don't eat the big white mint.
Awesome. All right. You ready, Tim?
Sure. I'll keep mine really simple. Anyone listening, if you can control one thing, make it your breath. Control your breath, control everything.
All right, Mr. Theory.
Okay. Yeah, I hope everybody has a great and safe Christmas and New Year. Make 2026.
Had a red pink mustache on.
Who, me?
Your daughter.
He had a mustache on? You should see her SpongeBob that she made.
Nice.
It looks beautiful, baby. So I hope everybody has a great and safe Christmas and New Year. And I hope you guys all take advantage of all the words of wisdom that are passed to you from all these guys. All of them are very big influences of mine, and I appreciate having all them in my life. And I'm excited for 2026 and make 2026 y'all's bitch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Matt.
Yeah, so to echo what everybody else said, have a great holiday, Merry Christmas, get ready for 2026. But I just wanted to tell everybody out there, remember, holidays are different for everybody. So we all have those battle buddies, shipmates, Marines, Coast Guard, Air Force, whatever you call your service, best friends that we know are out there that the holidays may not be good for them. So if there's any other time in the year that's the most important, it's now to reach out and talk to somebody. If you haven't talked to one of your battle buddies in a while, reach out to them, see if they're doing okay, see if they need anything. You know of anybody that doesn't have anyone for the holiday, invite them over, because the best thing they can do is spend the holiday with some form of family, whether it's their military family or their extended family. So reach out to somebody, make sure they're okay, check on your friends, because that's what we do. And I'm going to leave it out with Giga Mags. We're going to beat some hurricane ass on Saturday.
Heck yeah. There you go, Travis.
My turn?
Yes, sir.
Hey, if you do it right, every day can be Christmas and every day is a gift. So, I wouldn't say I was a wise man, but that's what I know. If you look at it right, every day you have is a gift. And so treasure that day with your friends, family, and the people that care about you, and you'll always be good.
Awesome. Appreciate you very much. In the silence of your struggles, remember, though unseen, you are deeply held in the hearts of others. You're not alone. That's so powerful right there. And I can't end the show without saying hashtag be someone stranger. Listen, we as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger than the ones we love the most. So if you're out and about and you see somebody and it looks like they're having a bad day, go up to them, say, hey, how you doing? And if they give you the red flags, I'm okay, I'm hanging in there, I'm living the dream, ask the next hard question. How are you really doing? And be ready for that conversation. It could be a 5-minute conversation, could be an 8-hour conversation. You have to be ready for that conversation and just listen to them. A lot of times we just need to vent. We don't need somebody to try to fix us. Just let us talk and get it out and then go from there. So ask the next hard question. All right, I'm gonna bring everybody back and we're gonna end the show. All right, fellas. Thank you guys again for coming on, and another great year for Tip of the Spear with all the podcasts that are involved. So thank you guys again for taking time out of your busy schedules to come hang out with us here on Tip of the Spear. So like we always say, stay safe out there. We got your six.